Hello everyone, this is Laszlo from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is a new update, a month away from the last one. This is July the 20th, and it's an afternoon. The sun is gone, so I can at least video this beautiful video without any sun blaring in my eyes. Anyway, this is starting with the front yard. We're going to see what differences a month make. And I'm just going to take it easy, slowly. As you can see, everything is going absolutely wild as far as growth. We had a lot of rain here. We had in about 3-4 days, we had over 10 inches of rain. That's the hibiscus. It finally started growing out. What I found that the hibiscus, if you don't cut them down low enough in the ground, into the ground, that they will start, the shoots will come out sideways in an angle instead of straight up. And I tried to fix that problem, but it was too late. But anyway, it came out pretty good so far. Usually that's higher than that, usually about 8 feet tall. That's why it's not so tall this year. And look at these vincas on the front. Turned out pretty nice. So when the daylilies are not in bloom, you got the vincas taking over. And as you saw in the last one, I had the daylilies in bloom right at that time, but no longer. And let's see here what we got. That zebra grass is really pretty. It's real showy. And so a lot of this I'll have to split up this coming fall because they just growing too much, and I'll be giving them away probably, or replanting someplace else if I find a spot for them. And this is a continuation here. We got the white crepe myrtle and nectarine tree behind it. Rows of Sharons in front with the beautiful little flowers. And then you've got the canna lilies, the skyscrapers, and then you got the lantana around it. You got irises in front of it. Then you've got the mock orange bush. It has white flowers out in the spring, but this spring a lot of things didn't come out because of the frost, late frost we had. And now we look at the other side of the driveway, where we got the yellow canna lilies. These yellow bushes that I got planted this season I planted these, and they are evergreens, and they stay yellow all year round as long as there's sun hitting them. So they are in full sun, so they are going to be staying yellow all year round. And then we got the rose bushes in there with the apple tree behind it. And then we got the cone flowers, the vincas around it, and behind it is the crepe myrtle. It's beautiful. And then we have here, my favorite of all right now is this hibiscus. It's called a cherry cheesecake hibiscus. It's absolutely gorgeous. And next year this will be it's going to be 8 feet tall, and it's going to be beautiful. Loaded with these things. I'm waiting for that next year. Then you got elephant ears, the black magic elephant ears. Then we have some irises and some clethra right here. Clethra, they have yellow flowers on them that they smell. They have a scent. And then you got the irises. You got the lantanas behind them with the wheat stuck out. Look at that. Oh my God, I didn't even see that. I got to take that out. Then you got a tea olive behind it over there. with some more canna lilies. And then we go to the front of the house, which is an absolutely unbelievable growth of these plants. We got the cherry popcorn bush in the middle there, the canna lilies on the right, the yellow ones, and the what do you call it? Zebra grass on the left. You got the orange coneflowers, and then I have in the middle of a bush. It's what do they call it? I can't think of it now. In the middle of a bush, a tomato plant grew out, and behind it I got the elephant ears. But look at these. I just let it go. I say let it go. See what happens. It's full of tomatoes. Look at that. It's just growing tomatoes everywhere. Anyway, so that's that. Let me back up so you can see it better. And this is what it looks like from a distance. Oh my God, look at that. This is truly amazing. It's just wonderful. You can't get any prettier than this. At least not in my book. And you got the banana trees in the background over there, with the owl in the fountain back there. I will get to that. But it turned out really pretty. And I was not expecting this, and I did not plan this. It just happened on its own. I planned it with something here, something there, something everywhere. In fact, look at this. I got elephant ears growing in a pot. Look at those bad boys. They're amazing. And this is the left-hand side of the house, which you cannot see anymore because of the, I call it the jungle. It's no longer a garden. It's a jungle. And then you have the pond over there. And let me see, and you got the yellow bush over here again. I can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my hand. But let me back up on my steps and show you my pinky winky hydrangea. Absolutely stunning. Looks beautiful. With the crepe myrtle behind it and the coneflowers, it all turned out beautiful. Let me take a walk down here. They're beautiful. And here is the fountain. Yay! The fountain of youth. It's beautiful with the vincas around it. I put canna lilies behind it because everything else was growing crazy like, and at least I can control these, but other ones I couldn't. Then you got elephant ears, roses, elephant ears. So cannas, I got some canna lilies in the middle of the elephant ears, but the elephant ears grew so much that the cannas are not getting sun. Then you got a tea olive in the middle there, with the roses behind it. And then we have the other hibiscus right here. Let's take a look. There you go. Beautiful. And this, again, the same thing with this. It grew sideways, so it's not straight up. They're on the ground practically. And then you got the purple flowered, it's a hibiscus, form of hibiscus, but it's supposed to be, it is really a Rose Sharon, basically. And then you got the, oh, look at that. Black Eye Susans. Let me come around and see what we can find there. And here's the bench where I sit out and relax, and look at above it. I got lots of shade from the banana trees. And let me come around here. It's turned out to be a jungle back here. And here's another rose of, what do you call it? What do they call it? I'm tired. Another crepe myrtle. Then you got a peach tree. In the middle of all this, a peach tree. I planted it this past year, and so it doesn't have any peaches on it yet. But let me see if I can get through this jungle here. Whoa. This is the other hibiscus. These flowers are beautiful too. These are the dinner plate size hibiscus. And they're just everywhere. Instead of growing up, they went a little bit sideways like the rest of them. So it's taking up a whole lot of room here. And you got the, I'm sorry, this was a crepe myrtle. What I couldn't remember was a crepe myrtle. I got the vincas around that too. And then you have the pear tree full of pears. And then we have the pomegranate bush back there. And then we have the jasmine bush back here. Oh my God, I cannot get back here. Hold on. Holy moly. I got to cut this back. And here's another hydrangea next to the pear tree. This one is a paniculata. This is blooming right now. And then we have a volunteer elephant ear. And the pond. I ripped out the other side of the pond over there. I cut back all those tansies, because they just go crazy, and they're all growing out again, starting to grow out. Then we have the plum tree. It's unbelievable. I cut these back so much, I cannot believe that they grew out that much. Now look at this. See, this is a walkway through here. I'm telling you, it's like a jungle. Then we have some ginger lilies. There's some canna lilies behind it. And on the side of the house, on the left-hand side of the house, I planted, I got rid of the blackberries and raspberries and planted lantanas instead of them because I couldn't keep up with the other ones. And then we have, to the right, we got a peach tree and a whole bunch of canna lilies hiding the air conditioning unit and gas unit and all that. And this is going to the right-hand side of this house, around the corner from the driveway. That's calla lilies with vincas underneath and canna lilies behind it. And now we come to the back, on the side of the house rather. And I planted these lantanas along the side of the holly bushes because they just look too bare over here. And then I have the banana tree growing over there. And then this is the nectarine tree reaching all the way out here. It's absolutely, look at that, it's like a jungle back here. Okay, proceeding to the back of the house. These are Rose of Sharon's that I planted. And I cannot remember that little bush right here, what the name of it is, off the top of my head. But I was hoping to plant lantanas in this big bed over here as a 10 by 10 bed. But the rabbits got a hold of two of them, the front two, and they chowed it down, mowed it down, but they're coming back again. I was hoping to fill up this whole bed with lantanas just like totally covering it. It would look pretty for butterflies and bees. And then we got zinnias back here in the beds on each side of the fence here. Zinnias galore. There we go. And go to the other side. We got the zinnias on this side. And I had these screens up against them to protect them from the heavy rains when they started growing, and the rabbits also. I was hoping the rabbits would need them. And coming back here, now we got the cherry tree back here, which really is not going to work out for me, but such is life. One of them died on me. I'm going to have to get rid of this one and put something else in place of it. And then we have some pepper plants over here on the side that I try to grow outside instead of inside the greenhouse. And they're doing well. They're producing, that's what counts. And I got more zinnias and wildflowers in this bed over here to color up the side of the house, side of the property over here. And then we have tomato plant right here. Oh my God. Tomato plant galore here. We got, it's growing like crazy. This right here is about, I would say right now it's about 7.5 feet tall. And then I go around, and this right here, I forget the name of this climbing flowers. It's going to have red tubular flowers for hummingbirds. It's beautiful. They're really pretty. But I figured I'd do this with this cattle panel that I used for the beans, pole beans before, to see if this would cover it up. And it's sort of doing that. And hopefully it's like a tunnel. It's like a shaded tunnel underneath. Let me come back up a little bit here. It's difficult to make video with this tablet, Samsung tablet, because everything seems so close that I got to back up 20 feet before you can see anything. And then you have on the right, we have Rose of Sharon's in the corner of the property here. And you got the alphaneers I planted this year. And you got the alphaneers and canna lilies and more banana trees on the other side over there. And then we got the more tomatoes right here coming up. And the cucumbers that I planted out here, they finally started taking off. I had to protect them from the heavy-duty rains. They're looking real good, real healthy. Then we got on the other side, we got the tomato plants. I mean, look at this. They're loaded with tomatoes. I mean, loaded. I mean, loaded, loaded, loaded. Look at that. My God. It's just unbelievable. Here's a deck right here. This is the back of the house. Look at this elephant ear. It's huge. Huge. As Mr. Trump would say, it's huge. Okay. You got the canna lilies. Then you got the deck, which is really growing a lot. All the things I have on here have grown tremendously. I got black-eyed Susans up here, along with the hostas and chives and elephant ears, canna lilies, and all kind of goodies. Then I have, see, I can't remember all these things. This I got at the Arboretum. It's a flowering tree, whatever it is, but it's growing like crazy. It's growing good. And I got the greenhouse, still doing good. The plastic is holding up real well with all this rain and storms that we had. And here's the tomatoes, some over here. Look at that. They're loaded. And just a view from the back of the backyard from up at the top of the deck. So I got 2, 4 tomato plants right there. Then I got 8 cucumber plants and 3 and 3 tomato plants on this side. Just look at that. It's amazing how much tomatoes you can grow from 2 little seeds. I mean, just unbelievable. And I'm glad I planted these late because all the rain, they're not cracking yet because they're not ripened enough to crack. They're still green and pretty hard, so they didn't crack. That's awesome. Because I hate crack. Last year I had to throw away 2 trash cans full of tomatoes that were cracked. I didn't want no bugs showing up. And this is my little heaven. And that's the greenhouse. It's a big mess, but hey, that's the things you got to put up with. That's some cleomas in the middle of behind the lantanas. I got lantanas all the way around here. They are really pretty. All summer long. They have flowers on them all the way into late October. And now we come to the cucumbers in the greenhouse and the peppers. and the strawberries. The strawberries are pretty much given up for this year, but they're still producing some here and there. But I'm trying to keep them alive with this heat. I lost a couple of them, but anyway, look at these. These are doing really good, cucumbers. Then we got the peppers. I just picked a whole bunch off of it this morning, so you don't see all the ones I picked off. I had a picture of it, but anyway, they're constantly producing. There's some good music background here for everybody's pleasure. And then I have these big pepper plants. They give off. They produce green and red peppers. And I picked those off, and they're growing, but they're on the inside, so you can't really see them. But anyway, so much for that. And that's about what I've got in the greenhouse this year. And I let my chickies out, let them free range in the backyard here. I closed them off so they wouldn't get to the rest of the yard. But they're digging away. There's 2 of them. And here's one more right here. Just digging away the china. I had 4 of them, but one of them had to put down because they got sick. And that's just part of life. Uh-oh, here she comes. She wants me to pick her up. Okay, I'm going to come out here. I guess with this, I'm going to end this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. And let me just go up here and give you a shot. See this backyard over here? Look at this. See, I even finished this off with the wood chips, and it's like Weed City.